Yesterday we learned that the Statue of Liberty is made out of iron and copper. Today we're going to talk about a little bit about what we do for fun for homeschooling and how we try to make it fun and exciting for the both of us. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So a couple weeks ago we started homeschooling. Public school really wasn't working out for us, right? So we decided to try out homeschooling at home. So over the last 4 weeks, we got ourselves a little organized, right? So we have our green folders, which
And guess what? We have
inside green and yellow
and yellow
and red.
and red, my favorite color.
Red, our favorite color.
I want you to get red.
Okay. And in each folder, it gives us, it's the week. Our green folder is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It's a word.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a okay. I didn't know. It's something like a word.
So in each folder, we have our our work for the week. And then our red folder, we hold all our tests in that he's done online. We have a great program that we use, Time for Learning. And so we put all our quizzes in here.
Hey, and there's like there and there and there. And the X almost at the end.
Yeah, the X at the end. We only got one wrong on this quiz.
Hey, can you see it? No. Oh, closer.
Yeah. He's really good. If your child loves games, Time for Learning is a great online program for students to use. Everything's interactive. He plays lots of games. We take probably about, 3 or 4 quizzes a day?
I think 100.
100, yeah, right. You would not sit for 100 quizzes.
Yeah.
Jerome's favorite number is 100. And then in our yellow folder is our completed work. So you'll see throughout the week I'll put whatever work we finished from our green folders and I'll put it in our yellow folder so that way it's complete. I usually put the time he started and the time he ended and how long it took him to do each thing. And then I have a separate book where I take notes.
And I missed at one.
Yeah, he missed those 2 circles.
And only a blue lines.
Only the blue line. So you see we do sentence structures, broken sentences, sentence starters. We have our math sheets. We have our reading comprehension. We also do life science. Some more grammar. And then we have some games, some other games that I got online. I realized that my son is also dyslexic like me, so we play a lot of games to help him.
Mommy's right.
Yep. And so there's a lot of fun little games.
I did loads of arrows. Yep.
And it's just timing and they trace and.
So the number ABCs.
Mhm.
And it says this B. It says a big B and then a little B.
Exactly. And then we have other workbooks, so I print out a lot of worksheets.
Oh, that one was my favorite.
Who's my favorite?
That one was my favorite. Tell them.
You tell them.
Now you.
What's my favorite thing?
That one was my favorite. Now you.
I'm discussing the books with you.
Guess who's my favorite? Yep, and who's my favorite? I forgot your name. What's his name?
Who's name?
Oh my God, his favorite.
Oh, Filthy Rich. Filthy Rich. Okay, so yesterday we learned about the richest man ever to live from our Black History book. This is what he was trying to say. Who is the richest man ever to live? And that was Mensa Musa. So that was our That was our thing for the day yesterday. Mensa Mutsa Rich, which is kind of hard to pronounce, but you will see here. We have.
Okay, as we read it all, read it all.
Read it all. Yes, we encourage you to get a copy of your Black History Kids Edition book so you could read all about Mensa Musa and how rich he was.
And yesterday made me fall asleep.
Did you fall asleep? We also watched a video on YouTube. You will see that each person that they talk about is really only a page. So I have these little bookmarks, and at the top of the bookmark, I usually write the time that we started and the date. But you can also find more things online to kind of expand the learning experience on any topic. We go to YouTube. We love YouTube. And watch different videos. So yesterday
and
we
guess who else have YouTube? I do.
We do, yes.
Yeah.
Jerome and Mommy's Homeschooling Made Fun. You can find us there. So I just told them how they can find you. Jerome and Mommy's Homeschooling Made Fun.
How do you find YouTube? If somebody have a phone, that's how. And also, I have a phone.
Yes.
Because I'm a boy over there.
Jerome does have a phone that he loves to use. I also use this book, Handwriting Skills. I fold my pages so I know which ones we did already. This one, I don't let him write in. I make copies of because I like to have him go back.
Copies always got to be copied for boys.
Well, no, because you can go back and do the same thing over without having to erase the pages. Great book for first grade. You see, we went to the school book supply store, which has been awesome, and got a lot of great books. Also, Amazon is a great source where I got my history books. We also have vocabulary words kids need to know for first graders. Has a lot of great games. Yesterday we colored a rainbow. We learned our colors. We know our numbers. We're moving on to other vocabulary words. So this is great again. 240 vocabulary words kids need to know. Great book. Great resource. How to write a sentence. You saw in our yellow folder, we had our sentence structure pages that were complete. Also another book that I print out of because I like to refer back to other pages maybe the following week to see what he actually remembers. As you can see, Jerome has a lot of energy, which was one of the issues in the school. Though he is very smart, you know, once he got his work done, he had a lot of energy, as you can see. And dealing with a classroom of 30 could be kind of difficult for a teacher to handle. But we are getting all our work done. We're getting hundreds or 80s and above on all our quizzes and tests. And I'm feeling quite motivated. We also got this science space teacher's guide, which we've been learning a lot about planets. What's your favorite planet?
What favorite planet?
Yeah, remember? Remember in the story with the chocolate? Yeah, where was that?
And Mars.
Mars.
Oh, I'm hot.
Yeah, Mars is very hot. Right on one side.
I'm hot already.
So that's a great thing about Time for Learning is that it teaches science and social.
Nobody go to Mars. Only I can go to Mars. And Mars is gonna put you down.
Yes. Time for Learning teaches all about science.
Gonna put me down.
Planets.
I'm gonna stay alive at Mars, but you are not. Only me and Daddy and Mommy and me.
Okay, ready? Moving on, so I got on Amazon a little thumb drive that actually looks like an apple, and it had all these great dyslexia games, which you saw in our folder, that he does, puzzles.
We did.
This is one of his favorite things to do, which is, I fold this, I cut this in half, I give him 10 seconds to memorize this shape in here, and then we fold the paper over And
Whoa, that's my favorite part to do.
yeah, it's one of your favorite. And he has to draw it and memorize it. He's really actually pretty good at that. It only takes him a couple of 30 seconds tops.
It is like this. If you look at it and flip it over inside, do your best.
You do your best, right? Because that's all homeschooling is about.
And if you get wrong, it's okay. You have to keep trying.
Right. What's missing? Puzzles is also on the thumb drive, which he's really good at finishing the drawings for your little artists and Picassos out there. This is a great practice tool for shapes and pencil control. Visual discrimination, recognizing reversals. You'll see this here. This has a lot to do with the shapes. I'll ask him a lot, like circle the arrows that are pointing. This one is pointing up, so he'll circle all the arrows pointing up.
Down.
Yeah, and we usually I time him on these. He's really good. And then tracing letters, because if your child suffers with dyslexia, they often write their letters backward, which is something we're still working on. And I printed out 2 of those.
Mom?
Yes. Can we just sit still for a second? We're almost finished. Okay. We have a STEM book, which is great. It gives us a lot of science, thinking, problem solving, activities that we're able to do every day. They usually take about 30 minutes. Today we're going to be making a rain catcher and measuring how much rain we're going to get over the next couple of days because it's going to be rainy. I also use this reading comprehension book. Again, 1st grade, I got at our school supply store in the city. Simple, easy, read a quick story, 1 page, and on the next page is questions.
That's your favorite color.
Yes, purple is my favorite color. So these are great. I usually pull out 1 sheet a week because, again, we do use...
My favorite color, red.
We do use our Time for Learning program on the computer downstairs, and we usually spend about 2 to 3 hours on that. It's great. It does math, language, even our speech is on there with Rosetta Stone, and I love it.
Not like bad language, good language.
Yes, all good language.
Yeah, and don't even say bad language.
Don't say bad language. And again, a science, we have our own science, because though we love our Time for Learning, I don't want everything to be on the computer because he still needs to build his writing skills and other things. So we use these books we use a sheet out of these books also every day. So we try to get whatever's in our green folder for the day done, and then we go through at least maybe our math or language arts on the computer. So we try to do those things every day. And then here's just another like fundamentals. It has math sheets in it that I love, so I don't have to print that out. Also some more reading comprehension things that we use in there. So these are some of just like the basic fundamental books that we use, but because Jerome loves gaming, he's a big gamer. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
You love games, right?
What?
You love playing games. You love watching games on YouTube. Now even
on my phone on YouTube.
Yeah, on his phone on YouTube.
You forgot my phone on YouTube.
Even Nickelodeon shows gaming now. So I don't want to, take that away from him, but I think it's important that he really learns what gaming is and how he can one day hopefully make his own games, even though he says he wants to be a firefighter. But this could be something else that...
Firefighters, don't forget, be careful and don't get burned and step out of your house if it's fire.
So since we can be volunteer firefighters, which I think is awesome, maybe something we'll get him into when he's like 18, right?
18.
If he wants.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got these, going back to the gaming, learning how to code is really what gaming is. So we started reading these coding with Blockly. And in here, it just shows you the fundamentals of coding, kind of where you can go to learn and teach them the basics of how to move objects in put it in the computer to give them directions. So we already started reading this. We got this from our local library. We actually went on a book hunt. What was it, last week? We got all the books. I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
And
I can't see
we
your
went
face.
on a book card and we got Minecraft book.
Yeah,
Booyah!
I was getting to that book. So we got that coding here. We have coding with Stitch Jr. So yeah. Another great book we're going to start today. And again, we got this from our local library. So we didn't have to pay for these, which was great.
And guess what?
Minecraft Beginner's Guide. Yes. So you'll see at the top of the book that I put like the time and the date that we started. And here's our green because the night before I'll say what page we start at.
Hey.
And I have a red one to say what page we'll stop at. So we usually do like 3 or 4 pages in each book. So this one's about Minecraft, which is one of like the biggest games.
Mom, read it to us.
I'm not reading it. You can get this fine. I found this at our local library. I'm sure you can get it online. If you have a little boy or little girl that loves gaming, again, you can turn all this into a great learning experience for them. We also have video games, design and code your own adventure, which really breaks down the vocabulary of gaming. Yeah, see, he's whoa, right? So again, we're using things that he loves and bringing it into our mini classroom. And sometimes having to bring him back to focus. Which we found, recording things to be a great tool because it's something he loves to do. Here's our Statue of Liberty book, right? So yesterday we learned about the Statue
of Liberty.
Right.
Hey, I did it first.
And what's the Statue of Liberty made out of?
Iron and copper.
Iron and copper. And what else is she? What else do people call her?
Lady
Liberty. Great. And how tall is she?
Okay.
Think about it.
T5.
305 feet, right?
And him also 1886.
She arrived in the U.S. in 1886, right? So this is a book that we got when we actually went to the Statue of Liberty for the second time, and we walked up all the steps to get to the top of the crown.
Mom?
Yes.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay.
So, potty break for Jerome. I'll keep talking about these great books. You've seen this one. This is from Little Passports. We've been using. Great. This is an Adventure New York booklet. This is a kid's road atlas that Nana brought us. Yay, so we looked at New York yesterday. This is a great interactive notebook with math. And we use different things I hear every day to kind of teach us about grouping and number comparison. And it's just a bunch of activities that we're able to use and make math fun. And then we also got this book from the library, which is How to Be a Genius. And it just breaks down the brain. Yesterday we talked about Meet Your Brain. It asks you to kind of memorize this and then cover it up. It asks you questions. It has different games on the bottom. This, again, is something that I found at the library. So it was great. We talked about what happens on the right side of your brain, how the left side of your brain functions. And he's back! So, and we talked about Jerome's brain and what side of the brain we feel he uses more often than others.
I side or side.
We talked about you being a little bit more left-sided, but you do use, your right side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we'll move on and we'll learn about more things.
Mom?
Taking sides. So this is a great little activity book I got from the library.
Hey, you can use any memory.
Yeah, we talked about the 4 lobes.
Lobes.
Yeah, and this is how the brain works. Here's a great book that I got from Amazon. We're going to try to wrap this up soon because we're going to get to our volcano. Heritage Studies 1, which seems like a great little book we're going to jump into today. Hopefully we have time. The Encyclopedia of African American Heritage to kind of help us learn more about people of color and some of the great things that they've done. And also, oh wow, that's cool. We haven't got there yet. Also, a kid's guide to African American history. So, you know, we're throwing in a lot of our own history.
That symbol looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. This is what Jerome's looking at, reading and writing, which I'm sure is going to break down how our brain works to do so. So, also in this book, How to Be a Genius, your brain and how to train it. Okay. So here you go. So we're going on 3 or 4 weeks almost of homeschooling. It's been quite an adventure. I was homeschooled in the 3rd grade, but this is my first time teaching. So it's 1st grade. Seems pretty simple. Again, we have a lot of resources to help us, guide us. Time for learning, great. It gives you a curriculum, all your worksheets, anything that you possibly need. You can print out, you can turn it into your homeschooling board, the DOE, whoever you need to turn it into, all printable. Worksheets that are great resources to print out that he can also work on if you don't want to spend money on books. And also you can just go online. There's a lot of great online worksheets that you can just print out that I also find useful. And things that I was doing before I actually pulled them out for homeschooling. On top of the work, Jerome's also involved in karate. He's involved in
because Mommy's telling you my skills.
Maybe another day we'll show the skills.
Right now.
He's involved in Ninja Warrior. He's taking piano class. And then our next quarter, we're going to sign him up for swimming and improv. So we're trying to take things that they don't offer in school that should be offered, especially as after-school programs, using the arts, trying to use his creative imagination to really make...
Where's our house?
Oh, I don't think our house is on there. To really make learning fun and exciting. Our days usually turn into about sometimes 7 hours once we're done running around and just trying to really complete what's in our assignments for the day, which I really... Give me 2 more minutes and I'll help you find it. So, and again, that's what when I go to the library, we went on a book hunt, finding books that he want to interact with by himself or wants help with. We weren't getting that really before he found school boring. He really wasn't being treated right either by the staff or teachers. So that's when I decided to take initiative and really be the teacher that he needed so he could be successful for his future. And it takes a lot of patience, time, and resources, money. We bring in a personal trainer to help him build his core and kind of work with his OT. He did have an IEP in public school, but being able to be the support system and educator that your child needs at a critical time in their life when they're such young, and being able to expunge so much in their brains is very important. So I feel blessed enough to be able to provide my son not only the proper education but the right environment so that he can be successful and have a successful future. So we're going to get back to building our volcano. I hope you check in with us on our little passports adventures. And
can I please say big bees?
Yeah, say peace.
It's a big piece.
Peace, baby.
And it's a big piece.